I wanted to start this one out with a question. Who is the judge of whether something's considered easy or not? I'm gonna have you sit with that, and we'll come back to it after we talk about this yummy meal. We're starting out the year with an incredibly easy meal to cook that is not only low effort, but also uses all pantry staples to get the job done. This dish is called Sweet and Sour Chickpeas. Whether you cook or you don't cook at all, life lessons have taught us preparation is key to effortless performance. So once you have all your ingredients lined up and measured out, we're gonna dive into making the sauce. I start out using coconut sugar. This could be swapped for brown sugar, cane sugar, maple syrup, agave, and so on. Coconut sugar has a bit of a caramel essence to it, and I like that flavor, paired up often with some of my savory dishes. A close relative to it could be brown sugar, as the molasses in it helps encourage a different element other than just sweetness. Could you eliminate the sugar altogether? Yeah, you could. Then the recipe would be called sour chickpeas. If you need to be soy free, we're gonna remove the soy sauce and we'll replace that with coconut aminos. If you're really in a bind and you want to stick to using some of the pantry staples, steak sauce is another great substitute that typically doesn't have soy in it. And vegan Worcestershire sauce also is a great sub, but typically does have soy in it. Some of us Americans call it Worcestershire sauce, if you're confused or puzzled about my last statement. Either way, check the ingredients on everything though. You just really never know. We're also pairing together cornstarch and water, AKA a slurry, to add in to the sauce. Cornstarch could also be swapped for potato starch or arrowroot powder. Now, say you just didn't have any of these substitute options. The purpose of the cornstarch is to help thicken the sauce. So you could use all-purpose flour, which is another great pantry staple, to do the same exact thing. I would recommend doubling the flour and cooking the sauce separately in another saucepan, just for a few minutes to get rid of the raw flour taste and texture. Keep in mind, the sauce may come out looking a little like gravy, but it still tastes great. I'm gonna pause here to talk about if you're not a fan of garlic or onions in a recipe like this, then omit it. For someone who likes garlic and onions, the recipe may feel like it's missing something. But for someone who absolutely doesn't care for them, the recipe should be perfect. Now that we have our sauce ready, believe it or not, that was the hardest part. Get your onions and peppers into the pot and feel free to add various colors in there. Just remember, you need them all to cook at the same pace. For example, an easy one that you can add in is like some zucchini. If you're into adding fruit into your meals, a good one here is pineapples. With that, you could also reduce the sugar in the recipe, as pineapples hold a lot of natural sweetness. Our dominant protein source here is chickpeas. You could also switch that up, pending your preferences. I imagine tofu, or pumfu if you want to keep it soy-free, or even your favorite store-bought meat substitutes. And to keep everything simple and easy, we're adding all of this to a bed of rice that's not seasoned to keep that neutral flavor, accompanied by a blanket of broccoli florets, only seasoned with salt and pepper. This recipe you can find in the description or at my website, makeitdairyfree.com. But before you go, who did you come up with is the best judge of whether something's simple or not simple? My thought is, some may say it's the professional, the person that has done it a million times and knows each level of effort needed. Others may say it's the novice. The lack of experience provides perspective on the unexpected, although they may not have effort to measure it against. My take on this is that it's me. Well, not me as in me, but you as in me, as in yourself. You know what I mean. The only person that can truly judge on whether something's easy or not is you. So when I'm making goals for the whole year, the very first thing that I prioritize is my mind. Mind, body, and soul. We all heard of it, but it's said so simply, we just tend to look right through it. Just notice what comes first, the mind. Someone asked me how to nourish my mind and body and stay positive. This would take a good while to explain, since I try to be fairly thorough. But in short, before even trying to start to work on my body or my goals, I work on my mind. I work on gratitude, mindfulness, and love. And in doing that perpetually, I fortuitously work on discipline. In a nutshell, that's it. Welcome to the new year. Together, let's make this thing awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, believe in good. Peace.